so find a seat on your mat. Have your strap in your block, or you can grab it easily. And if it's easier for you to sit on a blanket or on a pillow, go ahead and do that. And if it hurts to cross your knees for your hips or your knees or your ankles, feel free to straighten the legs. I would keep the knees soft, maybe something under the knees, so that you're not having to work so hard with very straight legs. And then maybe lean forward a little bit, take the flesh out from the sit bones. Take your shoulders up to your ears and squeeze them back and let them come down. Good, one more, inhale them up and squeeze them back and let them come down. And then find yourself coming to the center of your mat, right, the center of your body, letting the thoughts start to drift away as we come fully onto our mats. And we start to find our breath. We notice the inhale and the exhale. The shoulders softly descending down away from the ears. We're not pulling them down because that pull down creates stress, right? So they're softly descending down, the elbows heavy at the side body, the arms, hands relaxed. Nothing tense, nothing tight. We just feel ourselves breathing. We notice as we inhale the depth and the length of that inhale as we take it in. Maybe we pause at the top of the inhale just to experience that transition. And then we exhale and let it all go, feeling the belly button press into your spine, keeping the chest tall. And although we are practicing yoga this morning, the more physical aspects of yoga, the asana practice, what I thought this morning in my morning walk is that we all know that our yoga practice here on the mat is just the microcosm for the yoga practice out there in the world. And that everything is a lesson, everything is a practice. You know, my thoughts, my words, how I move in the world. The times when I forget to take a deep breath, the times when I react, the times when I respond, the times when I ignore the messages of my body, and the times when I listen. So think about that as we practice today. We're going to be doing a lot of shoulder work, and for some, this can be really challenging. So I ask you to listen and to be mindful and to practice all the things you already know. Good, one more, take a deeper breath here. And exhale, and then open the eyes. Good, take the hands out to your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right to your heart. Good, two more right here. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, let it go. And last one, inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it right to your heart. Interlace your hands, press the palms out. Reach up to the ceiling. Notice where the arms go, and then just start to rock a little bit side to side, left to right. Go easy here. We're not going deep right now. We're just starting to check it out. Good, couple more. Starting to take that spine into side extension. Good, and then right up to the ceiling as you exhale. Bring those arms in, bend the elbows, come into a nice little cat pose, and then inhale, reach up. Soft elbows, everybody. Exhale, take it in. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Good, and one more, reach up. And exhale, squeeze it in right here. Hold that squeeze, let go of the arms, reach forward. So you're in this weird little tilted back cat pose, right? Try not to overdrop the head, but keep it tucked. Feel the belly squeeze in and feel how your chest is pretty compressed here. All I want you to do is roll back up to those sit bones and widen the chest. Notice I didn't widen the arms, right? I just widen the chest. Good, and scoot back. Watch those tender tailbones. And press the arm bones back into the shoulder sockets as you go wide. Good, one more time. Squeeze it back. And lift it forward. Take those arms out to the sides, palms face up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Soften the shoulders. And then simply just take one arm back behind you as you let the other one come down. So warming up shoulders. And just, right, make it soft. Don't overdo the fingers. Let the fingers be soft. You got it. Where is it going for you? And then turn the palms so the palms are face forward, right? Little change in where those arms move from. You got that. Good. Breathe. And then see if you can turn the palms in. So backs of the palms, or the palms are facing backwards. And notice that. Where do the arms want to go this morning? Good. One more, both sides. And breathe. And then both arms up. Take them out to the sides. Turn the palms down. And roll your shoulders. Good. Let's shake out your legs. And mine too while we're at it. And breathe. Good, and then cross your legs. Know that you always cross the same way. Uncross and recross. See, I don't even know. So that it should feel different to you, right? You're trying to find that balance, that equilibrium. Arms back out to the sides. Watch for the tension, right? Especially in the sides of the neck. Try to keep that soft. Internal, external rotation. Nice and simple, right? If this is really hard for you, do a couple. And then let the hands come down to the floor and go at it again when you're ready. Good, breathe. Internal, external rotation. Find your full rotation. So don't be, kind of halfway. If there's no pain, see how far that'll go. See how the shoulders dip forward. Roll it the other way and see how high the pinky fingers can go up. Good, one more. And open. And then palms up, curl your fingers, curl your wrists. Squeeze, 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 squeeze those in. Try to touch your knuckles to your shoulders. I like doing this one. Obviously, you see it often, right? Because it stretches out the backs of those hands. Good. And then slow, slow, slow. Start to let it go. Start to let it go. Open it all the way up. And then uncurl the wrists and the fingers. Drop those hands. Woo. And roll your shoulders, right? So when we think we're missing the gym, right, and all those weights, all we gotta do is move our bodies. All right, so grab one of your blocks and take the block between your hands, take it wide. If you don't have a block yet and you're using a book, if that book is too heavy, set it down, right? Because this will start to get a little tiring after a while. But take the block wide in your hands, and you're just holding on to it with the palms lightly. You're not wrapping fingers around or gripping really tight. And just notice that as I push the block away from me, and then as I drop the elbows to my side body and squeeze the block back to my chest. Good, so take it out. And at any time these legs are getting cranky, by the way, just shake them out. And squeeze them in. Don't let the elbows splay out. Bring them out. Squeeze them in. Good. And out. Squeeze them in. Good, one more. Reach out. Bring it back, elbows to your side body. Lift your chest, by the way, and then take that block up. Lift up. Be mindful of your shoulders, head, neck, chest. I'm going to shake out those legs and change. And then just drop the block behind you. Do your best to not let the elbows go out here. Try to keep them in, but don't overly squeeze anyway, either, because it shouldn't be painful. And then straight up and down. Good. Start to feel those lovely triceps. Good. Watch the head, neck. Try not to drop your chin. I hope you're staying there with me. Good. Don't let the elbows go sideways. And bring them up. Good. We're almost there. Hang in there. Should start feeling. Are you feeling better? Yeah, a little bit, right? Even though the block weighs next to nothing. And lift up. Take it out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back. Grab the strap. I'll try to mirror here. Grab the block with your left hand. Take both arms out. Squeeze back. Bring it to center. Go slow. Grab it with your other hand. Open wide. Good. And center. Exhale. Open, open, open. Good. And center. Open it. Good. Listen up. This time, grab it with your left hand. Open it up. Take it behind. Hold for a moment. Roll your shoulders back. Lift, lift, lift. And release. Other hand. Good. Same direction. Grab it. Open. Take it back. Pause. Lift the chest. Open it up. One more this side. Here we go. Take it across. Open the arms. Reach it behind. Open it up. Take it to the middle. Good. Reach the arms up. Bend the elbows. Let's just do 10 here. So 10. Watch the head, neck. 9. 8. 7. And 6. And 5. You got it. 4. And 3. And 2. That's a long 10. And 1. And take it up, take it forward, grab the strap or grab the block with your right hand. I'm mirroring here. Take it out to the side. We're going the other way, right? Shoulder flexibility. Pause at the back. Lift that chest. And take it out. 2 more this way. Here we go. Open it up. Take it back behind. Pause for a breath. And open. Good. 1 more. Take it across. Open those arms, reach it behind, open it up. Take that block to center and let it go. And shake it out. Good, roll your wrists, roll your shoulders. Let's come to Dandasanas, straight leg stack pose. Good, nice attention to the feet. I just moved the flesh out from the sit bones. I even rolled the flesh of my thighs in a little bit. Not to necessarily internally rotate, but to get them nice and neutral so that the backs of my thighs can press down. And then take your hands to the floor. If your hands don't easily reach, either come to fingertips or grab your blocks, right? And just have your hands on your on your palms if your hands don't easily reach. All I want you to do is press down as if you were gonna lift up. Don't actually lift. And then let it go. So you can feel a micro movement of your butt starting to come off the floor a little bit. Right, so roll the shoulders back, lift, get the legs active, push into the hands. I'm just barely lifted and let go. Good, 3 more right here. Push down, watch the wrists, everybody, and release. Good, working on shoulders, and take it up. And release. We got 1 more. Push it up, push it up, push, push, push. And let go. And shake it out. Roll your wrists. Good. Curl your feet. Stretch it all out. And then cross the legs again if that's okay for you. If not, just stay long-legged. Good. And then grab your strap because I want to make sure we've got the strap where we want it before we actually need to use it a bunch. So your strap should be in a loop I can see it kind of blends in with my shirt. And it should be shoulders width apart, just above your elbows. So elbows are free, just above the elbows, and then have the forearms come straight out from those elbows. If it feels too wide, just bring it in a little bit. What you don't want is it feeling so tight that the chest muscles are scrunching in, and I hope you can get that strap working the way you want it. And then have the elbows right in front of the chest, have your palms facing forward. Yep, and think kind of like plank pose on elbows, right? So that's what we're looking for here. Everything has some nice attention. The chest is nice and wide. Where I want you to focus is the back body. I want you to knit those shoulder blades toward each other a little bit without squeezing. Do you feel that, right? There's a lot of work happening in this just tiny little pose as we work with our back bodies. Good, and then drop the elbows down to your sides. Keep the tension on your strap and lift it up any amount. Good, and take it down. And up, try to keep the forearms separate from each other so that you're not just starting to drift into the middle. And up and down. Feel this work on your back. Good, up, down, don't lose it. Good, one more, just bring it up. And bring it down and pause right here. I want you to push against the strap. Not hard, like 20%. Give it some good work. Feel your back working. And then let it go. Ooh, yeah. And roll it out. Okay, so set the strap aside for now. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. If you want to put a blanket down under the knees, go ahead and do that. You know who you are, especially some of you who had some knee surgeries or issues. You want to make sure you take good care of your knees. And you're going to come to table pose to start. So spread the fingers equally and actively press into the four corners of your hands. And start with a just simple cat-cow. Nice stretch here. As you inhale, tailbone up, chest lifts, head lifts. No pain, no wear. Exhale, curling it in. Good. Just stretch it. And breathe. Good. Couple more right here. 2 more full rounds of cat and cow. And breathe. And then come to a neutral spine. Maybe walk the hands a half to a full handprint forward. So you're a little wider than your usual, but your knees and your hips are staying in line. Here's where it's going to be a little tricky. You've heard me say, right, hold on to the beach ball. So if the elbows splay out, that's not really good for the shoulders. I want you to squeeze that imaginary beach ball to the center. Hold that beach ball, and then very simply, slowly drop the elbows, tap them down, and lift them up, okay? It seems like nothing, but trust me, you're gonna start to feel this one. Good, working triceps. We all know where those triceps are, I hope, right? Back side of the arms, opposite side of the biceps. 3 lovely little muscles that don't get a lot of work and get soft pretty easily. All right, here we go. So let's pick it up just a little. Let's see if we can do 5 more. And 4. And 3. Don't let the elbows go. Hold on to the beach ball. And last one. And lift up. And then just walk the hands back. Shake out your wrists. Maybe land on those knees for a moment. Good. So anybody coming in, right? Anybody seeing this goes, beach ball, what beach ball? All right, here we go. The next thing I want you to do, again, table pose. And we want you to focus right here between the shoulder blades, right between the shoulder blades. The belly is toned in, you're doing a nice neutral spine. And I want you to sink between the shoulder blades and then push back out as if you were doing a push-up. with just that upper back. Good, so take it down and squeeze it out. And what I want you to focus on here is how wide your back will go without rounding. I'm not looking at rounding. I'm softening between the shoulder blades and squeezing them back up. Good, let's do 2 more right here. Last one. Good, and then walk out, shake out the wrists. And come on back. We're almost done with the hands and knees portion. Take your right foot back. Lift the right foot. Level out your hips, everybody. Tone your belly. Toes are pointing straight down. Reach the heel of your right foot to the back room, right? Reach it behind you. Take the left arm out. You gotta do balancing table. Has anybody noticed that your balancing table is getting better, right? Stronger. Great. Squeeze the belly in. And let's do 5 elbows to knees. So squeeze them in. Reach them out. Inhale. Exhale as you bring them in. Push it out. And 3. And 4. One more. And 5. Reach it out. You got it. Drop the hand. Bend and straighten your leg. Slowly but surely warming up our bodies. Don't let the knee fall down to the floor. Just squeeze it in at your level. Straighten it out. One more. And lower it down. Good. Take a moment. Shake them out. Love those wrists, right? Love them, love them, love them. Don't let them hurt. Roll them out. Do what you got to do. They get cranky and we tend to ignore them. We don't want to do that. All right. Table pose. Press into your fingertips. Press into the 4 corners. Squeeze that belly in. Take the left leg out. Level out the leg. Lift that leg. Squeeze in your belly. Find your breath. And when you're ready, right arm reaches out. We're going to find it on this side. By the way, if you're doing elbow to knee, one side usually a little trickier than the other. See if you can figure it out, right? Tone it all in towards center. Here we go for 5. Take it in and out. And 2. And 3. 4. One more. And 5. Squeeze it in and open it up. Hand to the floor. Hold that pose. Squeeze in the elbow. Reach with the heel and bend and straighten that leg. Just as many times as it feels good, right? Warming up the hamstrings, stretching out the quads. Couple more. And let it go. Oh, yeah. Good. And maybe find a little child's pose. And breathe. Good. And so come up from your child's pose. Walk the hands out as if you were going to do puppy stretch. The knees and the hips line up. I want you to hold on to the beach ball, right? Squeeze those elbows towards each other. Plant the hands. And I want you to just press the hips back so that your back gets more level. You're not going into a back bend here. Puppy stretch often is a back bend. I want you to keep that pretty neutral. And then see if you can drop your elbows to the floor and just feel that. And then pick your elbows back up and walk the hands in. Good, one more time, walk the hands out. Squeeze the beach ball, keep the chest wide, squeeze the belly. Drop the elbows to the floor. Push them back up and walk those hands back. And then very purposefully, come on down to your elbows. Your elbows are about shoulders width apart. We're not going to use the strap here yet. I want you to take the right leg back. So balancing table on elbows. I really like this. I don't do it that often. It's an interesting way to figure out where your core is. But here, because we're gonna work toward dolphin pose, I want you to press down into your forearms. Press evenly through both the inner and the outer wrists. You're gonna hear this a number of times. And then press down through your thumb, index, middle fingers. And pretend your middle finger is like a string that is making the finger to elbow even longer. And then lift up your right leg. Now on elbows, you're not lifting really high. You're staying level with your shoulders. Squeeze the belly in. Head, neck, neutral as best you can. From here, right leg is lifted. Walk your left fingertips out. You're on your fingertips of your left hand. Your right forearm is pressing into the floor. Think of grounding the forearm to lift out of that shoulder. Good, and then spider crawl those fingers out to the side. Pause here, breathe. Walk them back to the front. Lift the left hand if you want. And then lower it down. Lower your knee. And sink back, child's pose. And breathe. All right, come on up. Same thing, other side. Down on elbows, pressing into the forearms, right? I'm really focused on this whole hand, wrist, elbow, forearm, pressing down to the mat. Reach your left leg back, level out your hips, squeeze in through the belly. Please be gentle here. As I mentioned in the beginning, we're doing a lot of shoulder stuff, so just be mindful. Feel the width of your chest, but also the width of your back. When you're ready, go ahead and lift your left leg. Try and keep the head neck soft without dropping your head to the floor. Squeeze the glute on the left side. And then spider crawl those right fingertips out in front of you. Keep squeezing the belly. Now press into your left forearm, hand, wrist. Walk that hand out to the side. Find that, right? A little bit more work. Take it back forward. And lower that down. And lower your knee. And sit back, either child's pose or hero pose. And try to relax the shoulders a little bit. Already, we're getting some work going. All right, last one here, and then we're gonna come up. I want you to take your strap and wrap it around your elbows. They're just above the elbows so that you can bend the elbows freely. If you have a buckle, don't let the buckle be on your skin, right? Have it somewhere in the middle so that it's not pressing. Once you've got that strap in place, I want you to come back down to the floor and see how that feels to you. If it's too wide, take a moment and cinch it down. If it's too narrow and your chest and shoulders feel constricted, take a moment and widen it. And then do the same thing. Turn your palms face up for a moment. And from there, then rotate them down and see if you can find that evenness through your arms, your forearms, all that stuff. Minor press against the strap, your head, your neck, feeling pretty good. Flip your toes under and lift your knees just for a moment. Shoulders and elbows line up. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good, let's go again. Flip your toes under. Lift your knees, nothing else. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good, so this time we're gonna lift the knees and move the chest toward the thighs just a little bit. So lift your knees and just move your chest toward the thighs a little bit. Right, your head might hit the strap, mine is, it's okay. More elbows are on the floor, right? So we'll work in this pose, whoo, and lower the knees, oh, and come on up. Take the strap out, set it aside. And then come to a seat just for a second, then we're gonna get up off our mats, or up on our feet. Good, roll your shoulders. So you can tell already that we're getting some work, right? We're getting some work in those shoulders. Take both arms out. Cross, I'm gonna mirror, so bless you and me both if I get it right. Take your left elbow underneath your right. Left elbow underneath, come to eagle arms. And just gently turn your head side to side, very gently. And breathe. If your elbows are sitting down here at your belly, right, or at your chest, try to move them away from your chest without over-rounding your upper back. Good, big deep breath. Maybe lift the arms up a little bit and down, stretching out the shoulders. Lift them up and down. Good, one more time, lift up. Exhale down, and then release. Inhale, take it up. Exhale out to the sides. This time take your left over your right, or your right over your left. See, I knew I'd do it. Whichever way you did last time, do it the other way. Here we go. Draw the shoulder blades back a little bit. Little tone to the belly, by the way. Good, don't overstrain your fingers. And then down. And up. And down. Good, and up. Down. And up. And then release. Inhale, take them up. Listen up. Bend your left or your right elbow and just hold on to it with your left hand and stretch out the tricep. Notice the head here. Real easy to tuck that chin. See if you can press the head back into your arm. And then slight tilt toward the left. I am mirroring here. So slight tilt away from the elbow that's bent toward your back. Good, take it center, switch sides. Left elbow bends, I'm patting myself in the back. My right arm is just helping support that. Watch the head. And then lean over to your right side. And center, and let it go. Oh, yeah. Good. So let's come back to table pose. You can move your blanket out of the way for now. We're going to come right up to downward facing dog. So from table pose, all the things you know, press into those hands, lift your knees, and come on back to downward facing dog. Once you're there, bend one knee and then the other. Just stretch it out. Don't forget about the imaginary beach ball, but keep the shoulders wide. And breathe. Good. And then all the way up at your tippy toes, stretch it out. Maybe hover over those wrists for a second. Good, strong upper body strength. And then reach back into the heels. Good. And lower down for just a second. I wanted to make a point of something that I didn't do earlier. It's really easy. We're moving toward dolphin pose. And even in downward facing dog, regular down dog, it's really easy to collapse into the front shoulders, especially when we're super flexible. So we're here, right? And we can kind of, I don't know if you can see this, you can kind of dump into the shoulders. I won't even do that very long because it doesn't feel good. But if we hold on to the imaginary beach ball, we engage the upper back. Right now I'm not dumped. Now the shoulder back muscles are working really strongly to support the pose. You need that in down dog and you need it in dolphin pose. Don't forget. All right, from downward facing dog, come on up all the way up to a standing position. Good, roll your shoulders. Shake it out. And then take the hands behind, interlace your hands. Roll those hands back and down. and just stretch out front body. Breathe. From here, I want you to bend the elbows as if you could touch your shoulder blades with your hands, and then straighten them back down. Good. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, straighten them down. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Release those hands. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, nice forward fold. Let the head hang. Maybe the feet are a little bit wider than your normal. Shaking it a little bit, side to side. Big deep breath. And then bend your knees. Hands to your knees. Come all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders. And then come up to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach out. Exhale all the way down. Take your hands to your shins. Push back into your shins. Come halfway up. And exhale it down again. Soft knees. Bend both knees. Step back right leg. Pause here. Nice high lunge if you can. If you would rather lower your knee to the floor, that's perfectly okay. Leave your right hand where it is. You're either on fingertips or palm or soft fist. And open up left shoulder. Take your left arm up to the ceiling. Notice if you do that and your right foot kind of rolls out to the side. See if you can keep yourself right at the center of that ball mound. And then take the arm forward, circle that arm, and reach it up. Good, 2 more big circles, everybody. And roll it up. Last one, forward, down, and up. Breathe. Exhale that hand right down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. And breathe. Remember what we talked about not letting the shoulders, that shoulder joint collapse. So play there. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, hover the knees and hover over your wrist to shoulder. Belly squeeze, squeeze the beach ball. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look through your hands, step forward, right leg. Find your nice solid lunge. The legs squeeze together isometrically. Your left hand stays on the floor. Belly squeeze or soft fist is really nice for the wrist sometimes. Open up right shoulder and take the right arm up. Big deep breath. And breathe. And then circle the right arm, take it down. Reach it back, take it up. Down and up. One more, big circle, big, big, big. And up. And then take that hand down to the floor and push off your back leg to step forward. Bend both knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And breathe. And roll your shoulders. Right? Are y'all feeling warmed up? Starting to get there. All right, so let's go wide on your mat. Find your breath. Parallel your feet so that all of your toes are pointed straight ahead. And then take just your mirror here, so keep me straight. Take your right leg and pivot on the foot so that your right toes are pointing straight ahead. Bend the knee and come into an easy warrior stance. Easy warrior stance. Your hips are going to be pointing mostly to the side, right? Belly tones in, tailbone drops, front knee to front ankle lines up really sweet. Take the arms out. So you've got right arm, right leg forward. Take your right arm under your left arm. You're coming to eagle arms. So you're not looking forward, you're looking pretty much to the side, right? That open hip. And you've got eagle arms. Now, press your front knee away from the center line gently, not hard. Press into your back. Find your breath. Notice. And then release. Open those arms really wide. Take your front forearm to your front thigh and come into extended side angle pose. Either the left arm is straight up or it's over your ear. And breathe. Notice if the front knee's rolling into the middle. Wiggle your fingers if they're feeling tense. Squeeze that belly, press into your back leg. Inhale, lift up. Arms out to the side. Here we are, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Hold. Belly in, shoulders back. Turn the palms up. Good. I don't know if you are looking at the computer, but I just lifted my front toes up so that I could really press into the ball mound of the front foot. Good. Lean forward as if you were serving something on a tray, that front hand, and then turn the palm down. Let it come down to shin, block, or floor, triangle pose. Good. Squeeze those legs together. Press strongly into the outer edge of your back foot. Last one here. Take your top hand. Internally rotate that arm. Take it behind you. And just see if you can find your back waist, your back hip, or your back thigh. Good. Big deep breath. Squeeze the belly. Release that arm. Take it up. Reach up both arms. Bend your front knee. Pivot your toes. Everything goes back to parallel. Deep hinge of your hips. Come on down. Nice forward fold. Once you're in your forward fold, just let your hands be soft on the floor. Maybe it's your elbows. Maybe it's some combination of soft bent elbows. But be supported, so something should be touching the floor beside your feet. And even here, a little energy to the inner thighs. So even though you're spreading evenly between the feet, your inner arches are lifted and your inner thighs are active. They're nice and toned. All right, press into your hands, lift up. Bend your knees. Take your hands to your knees and walk it up so that you're nice and straight again. Roll the shoulders. Good, feet are parallel. This time you're gonna take your left leg and pivot that foot out. So once I pivot out, I kind of take a look or a feel really, right? To know that my front heel is intersecting either with my back arch or my back heel. If you feel still off balance, go wide, go wider, not super wide, but go wider. So no reason not to take that base wide. And then bend your front knee so that you're in a nice solid warrior two pose. Right, front knee, front ankle. Belly tones in, back glute is active, all of this stuff happening. Good, take the arms out. So this time left leg is forward, so left arm goes under, and we come back to eagle arms here. We're really stretching out the shoulders, right? We're just trying to find all of that nice stretch, nice energy as we breathe. Don't let the elbows drop to your belly, just hang, right? Keep the legs active, keep the hips and glutes active, and just stretch out the shoulders. Maybe you play with pulling the elbows away from you and snugging them back in. How does that feel as we work through the muscles back there? And then from there, open it up, take it nice and wide, take your front forearm to your front thigh. I want you to press equally thigh to forearm and forearm back down. Take the right arm up. It's either straight up, because that feels best for you, or it's over your ear. Head is in alignment. I'm not dropping it down to the left shoulder. Find your breath. Belly squeeze. You got this. Good, and then inhale, reach up, arms out, palms face up, straighten your front leg. I'm lifting my toes off because I don't want to hyperextend the front knee. And then reach over as if you were serving a platter of delicious fruit right in front of you. And then let the hand drop down either to your shin or to the floor, right? It might be fingertips to floor. Depends on your hamstrings. Big deep breath. Can you find some ease in the pose? And then take the top arm internally rotated. Take it behind you. Open up the chest. See if you can find your back hip or your back pocket or your back thigh as you open up the chest. Good, big deep breath. Squeeze the belly, everybody. Release that top arm. Take it on up. Woo. Turn the toes in. Release the arms. Roll your shoulders. Holy moly. Good. If you went really wide, heel toe in just a little bit and then turn the toes out. Take those arms up to the ceiling. Nice wide V. As you exhale, slowly come on down, goddess pose. Inhale, squeeze it up. Exhale, come on down. Good, inhale it up. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. And inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Last one, right here. Exhale, hold it right here. Take those hands to the knees, roll your shoulders back. And then scrunch your shoulders up to your ears, little horse stance here. As you breathe, just kind of sink into those muscles. Good, and then move the shoulders away from your ears. Reach the hips, glutes back so that your chest is parallel to the front, or to the floor rather. Good, 1 stay here, 2 come on out, that's plenty enough for you. 3 hands to the floor. Big squat here, big deep breath. Finally, 5. 1 hand wraps around the other, hand wraps around that ankle from the back side to the outside. And we breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those hands. Straighten the legs, heel toe, those feet in. Bend your knees, 1 hand, other hand. Come on up. Where were we going today? Oh yeah, dolphin pose. Let's see. Now that we're really warmed up, let's come on back to the front of our mats, everybody. I knew where we were going. I just got a little carried away there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Step yourself back to downward facing dog, all the way back. Paddle your feet, stretch it all out. And then lower your knees to the floor. Oh, yeah. Good. And grab both a block and your strap. You're going to take your block to the front of your mat, not all the way to the edge. Put back a little ways, and it's going to be wide at your widest and lowest level at the front of your mat. And then take your strap and wrap it back around those elbows. Make sure the strap isn't too high up on the arms, it should just be above the elbows here. And depending on the length of your arms, your head may hit this when we get there. All I want you to do is come on down so that you feel your elbows. As if my strap slipped just a little, so I'm going to tighten it up. So that your hands wrap on either side of your block and your index and thumbs create a little L shape. So my index finger, the side of my index finger is gently pressing to the side of my block. And my thumbs are at the bottom edge of the block. I feel my strap, I've got some tension there. From here, I want you to press hands, forearms, wrists into the floor. Listen up. Straighten your right leg out nice and long. Squeeze the heck out of your belly. And when and if you're ready, I want you to take the left leg back for elbow plank. If this is way more than you bargained for today, it's simple. Just lower your knees, right? Low plank on elbows or high plank on elbows. Press through your heels isometrically. Move the chest forward. Don't forget about your forearms. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees. Lower your belly. And find yourself in Sphinx pose. I really like that transition because your alignment is exactly the same. So nice little back bend. Stretch out your belly. Find your breath. Good, let's see if we can do that again. Okay, so either on knees or straight legs, we're gonna move ourselves to an elbow plank. But I can't stress enough, as you ground down through the forearms, elbows to fingertips, you're gonna find yourself able to lift up more. So from this lovely Sphinx pose, tone your belly in, push into your knees, and find that little, they saw my butt up. So find that little half plank. Once you're there, lift the knees and hold. Breathe, press in to your forearms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. And breathe. Nice little Sphinx. Tops of the feet press down. Find your breath. Maybe sink down for a second and just let go of any semblance of a yoga pose. Right, just like, oh, that's enough. And come on up. We got one more, folks. Fingers to the sides of the block. It's just really a spacer more than anything. Elbows. Here we go. Squeeze your belly in, press into your knees. Maybe stay low, right? Or you come up. And breathe. Press down through the wrists, evenly through the wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Holy moly. Set your block aside. Take that wonderful strap that you now love more than anything off to the side and come on down. Woo. Just breathe. This is Shavasana in reverse, right? It just feels good. All right. Time's a wasting. Let's come on up. So we're going to take this in a couple of stages. Dolphin pose can be really challenging for the shoulders. So if you find when we actually get to dolphin that you don't like how that feels across this whole complex, right? How do we build strength but you don't want pain? Come to down dog instead. Come back onto the hands because dolphin is very similar to down dog, except that you're on elbows and you're moving a little bit more shoulders to elbows, or yeah, shoulders to elbows instead of back away from that. So precursor here, come on down to your elbows. You are welcome to use a strap, but I find the strap just gets in the way of my head, so I took the strap off. You're gonna come down and you're gonna interlace your hands, but not super tight. And then see if you can make the wrist so that the top edge of your wrist and the bottom edge are really parallel, straight up and down. So the wrists aren't dropping in or splaying out. And then press down into your forearms. Pretend you have a strap around it. Your knees are underneath your hips or a little further back. I want you to tone your belly in. And before you lift anything, push into your fingers from your pinky fingers all the way to your elbows. Flip your toes under and see what happens when you lift your knees. So think down dog. So not plank, but down dog. Go easy to start. Push into your forearms and see that you just lifted another couple of inches away from the floor. Your head should be pretty free here. Good, so press into your hands, press into your forearms. If you feel okay, take a nice big step forward, but then watch for the shoulder collapse. Pretend you're squeezing a beach ball, not overly hard. Back body and front body really wide. Push back into your forearms. right? Because we tend to forget. And then walk the feet back out. Lower your knees. And release it. Find any way to sit that lets you relax and roll the shoulders. Now, if you have a nice jade mat, I'm advertising now, you might feel like you're getting a little skin burn on those elbows, right? Because the mat sticks so well. So just be mindful there that you're not pulling or pushing so much that you feel like you're getting a little raw on the skin. All right, so that's one version. And hands together make a little easier dolphin pose. And we didn't go all the way as high as we could have gone, but that's a good start. We're gonna come down one more time with hands interlaced. So same thing, everything the same. Soft interlace. I'm actually moving my pinky finger out of the way so that I have a kind of a straight on platform for my hands. But then interlacing those hands, checking my wrists are straight up and down. My elbows to my fingers are nice and straight, pressing straight down. Flip your toes under and lift your knees. Stay long for now. And just check it out. Remember when we did the sync between the shoulder blades? I want you to widen between the shoulder blades and then really activate the armpits, the chest, the shoulders. From here, draw your chest toward your thighs without collapsing your shoulders. You're in plank pose, right? And breathe. Big tone to the belly. If you feel good here, keep pressing through your fingers, by the way. Walk the feet up. So you're hovering, right? This is the prep work for headstand, no doubt about it. Breathe, keep lifting out of the shoulders. Walk the feet back. Lower your knees gently. Come on out. Take your hands to your back pockets, your imaginary back pockets. Or if you're down, like if you're in a child's pose or something, just try to open up the chest some. Find your breath, right? Oh, goodness gracious. What am I doing to you all today? All right, so round 3. This time, a truer version of dolphin. Pretend, so for full dolphin, I don't really like having a block there, but some people might, because we're gonna come into the arm position that we did right at the beginning of class when we had the strap there. So block or no block, I'll show it both ways. You take your arms down. You're in that nice 90-degree angle. The block is really a spacer, so you would be here, pressing the wrist fully down, the fingers fully down, the forearms fully down to your mat. Or take the block away, which I just did. Press into your index knuckles, lift your knees, and here we are more in a traditional dolphin. The temptation here is those elbows just want to go out to the sides, right? It would feel so much better, but not really. Squeeze your belly in, maybe walk the feet in a little bit so your whole upper body is closer to shoulders, elbows, and wrists, or elbows, shoulders, and head. 1, stay here, 2, lift your right leg. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Woo! Lower that leg, go to the other side. Breathe, belly squeeze. Lower, bend your knees. Oh. And child's pose, everybody. Good, and from child's pose, come on up to a seat. You know, it's interesting. I was thinking of poses we don't do very often, and dolphin is one of them. We start to wonder why, right? Good, so relax it out. Take your right arm all the way up to the ceiling, and I want you to just drop it over your head. No pressure, no nothing, you know, fingers are soft, everything's soft. Take your left hand to the side and just stretch to that side. Don't reach the right hand, just let it stay hanging. And breathe. And inhale it up, release. Go to the other side, your left arm reaches up and then it just drapes over your head. Your right hand out to the side, soft shoulder, elbow, and take it into a nice stretch here. Big deep breath. Just relax it. Good, press up and release. Inhale, reach up. Twist everything to the right, everything to the right. Let the hands come down. Easy does it, especially in the neck and the shoulders. Keep the shoulders wide, keep the chest lifted, spine is nice and long. And then simply move the head to the left and back to the right. Relax your jaw and stretch. Good, one more. And head back to neutral. Inhale, reach up, twist everything to the right. Hands come down again. Ooh, yeah, you can feel where you feel the big work, right? All through those upper traps. Holy, holy. And turn the head. Just soften it if you can. And head back to neutral. Inhale, reach up. Take everything to center. Exhale, take those legs in front of you. Feet are a little bit wider than your normal. You're on the heels of your feet. Toes and the rest of the feet are lifted up. I want you to take your left arm and reach it up. Squeeze the belly a little bit here, everybody. And then reach it forward and grab your foot. Your other hand, your right hand, can just be off to the side here to help support your pose. And then as if that foot were pressing on a gas pedal, I want you to push that foot down to the floor and stretch out back shoulder. And lift the foot up. Exhale, press it down. Good, inhale, press up. And last one, press. And lift it up, good. Bring it back, roll that shoulder back. Woo. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Take it all the way out. Grab hold of your opposite foot. And same thing here, just press the gas pedal down and lift it up. And press it down. Good, and up. Last one, press it down. And up. Good, and release it, inhale it up. Good. Both fingers, or both sets of fingertips press into the floor. We open up the shoulders. Reach it back, reach it back, reach it up, back. Bend the elbows if you have the space in the room toward the back wall. And release it, and roll it out. Good. Take the legs in any configuration that makes sense for you. You might want your strap here. Just take the strap and throw it over your left shoulder. Good. And breathe. And then take the right arm up and bend the arm and pat yourself on the back. Again, always, you know this, right? Be mindful of where you take these shoulders. Now that we've done all the shoulder work, take your left hand and just snug that shoulder elbow back if your body allows. Watch that chin head, curling down to the center. And then take the left arm out to the side. Internally rotate. Take the arm way back behind you. See if you can find your hand on the other side of your waist. You should just be able to feel it up out there. And then start to walk the hand up. Either, whoops, I should have said grab your strap. Either grabbing your strap, because the hands don't touch, or bringing those fingertips together. Ooh, yeah. So I'm mirroring you all, and this is my tight side with my right arm down and my left arm up. Good, and then notice the ribs, right? For me in particular, I tend to reach out through those lower front ribs in this pose. So I'm just gonna soften them, I'm not gonna force anything. I'm just gonna soften them as we stretch through that whole, for you all, left front arm and both shoulders. Big deep breath. Try to start to settle it down, maybe wiggle your seat. And breathe. Good, release both. Woo. Especially the bottom arm. Good, and maybe the strap goes to the other shoulder. Maybe you don't need it. The goal is never ever to make sure your fingers touch, right? It's not about that. It's about working and stretching out the shoulders. So take the left arm up. Bend the elbow, pat yourself on the back. Take the right arm and just snuggle that elbow back without overreaching the low ribs. Take the right arm out to the side. Internally rotate. Maybe your top hand has a hold on that strap already. Bend it and bring it out behind you. This idea of sliding it across your back is just to open up that side shoulder. And then maybe you find your fingers, maybe you find your strap. The head rests in that upper back arm. You know, it's not lifted at all, but it's just not tucked. As neutral as you can make it. Big deep breath. You got it. And let it go. Whew. And shake it out. And move the strap off to your side. So I was gonna do a little more, but I think I'm gonna hold off there because I think you and me and all of us might be a little sore in the shoulders after this one. So I'm gonna take my blanket to the top edge of my mat just for my head. We're gonna do a shoulder stretch, clock face. That should feel really good and open that whole shoulder complex up so that you're not sore later. I just moved my mat away from the wall a little bit so that I have room behind me. So go ahead and lay on your left side, and just so that I can keep straight what I'm doing, lay on your left side and support your head in any way that makes sense for you, whether it's a pillow or a block, or maybe your head is just resting on the floor, and that's okay. Your left arm is out to the left, it's straight out. Your right arm starts on top of your left arm. So I've got my arms, I hope you can see this, I think you can. I've got one arm sitting right on top, or one hand sitting right on top of the other. My knees are bent, I'm really comfortable in my body. And then slowly, as close to the floor as you can, start to move the top arm up toward your head. And as you bring it around, you'll see that your arm externally rotates, your chest opens up, you're in a nice little twist, but you keep on going. You slide that hand along the floor, up and over your hips, and then back past your bottom or left arm. And so just start to do this. Try not to hold your head any way other than letting it move with the arms. As the arms come together, you're closing your body, closing your chest, and as the arms separate more to a T position, you're opening the body into a nice open twist. So just find that, just start to circle. There you go. Couple more in this direction. And then I want you to find your tight spot. So there's a tight spot. A lot of us, it's in that kind of upper diagonal when that right arm, that top arm is there. Relax your head, your neck. Pause there in your tight spot. Big deep breath. And then circle the other way. So start moving down toward the hand, down through the hip, around your back. Again, the arm staying as close as possible to the floor. Good, one more right here, one circle. And the next time your hand is on top of your other hand, I want you to pause. And then reach the top hand as far past the bottom hand as you can. And then inhale it straight up to the ceiling and straight out to the right to come into a fuller twist. Just breathe. Good, and then reach that same right arm up to the ceiling. Bring it back to your left hand. And then slide it closer to your, or for everybody else, I'm going to turn over so that I'm facing the computer. But for everybody else, just take everything back to center and then turn over the other way. So that now you're on your right side. Your arms are out to the sides or to the side. Your right arm on the floor, palm is face up, knees are bent and soft. My left hand goes on top of my right hand. And then I start that lovely circle lifting up toward my head, opening up my chest. Moving the body with the arms, closing that body up as the arm comes forward, and then opening it up. Breathe, everybody. Keep it going. Take it slow, though, especially through the tight spots. Right? Don't be in a rush here. This is clock face pose. It is a wonderful pose for releasing the shoulders after a lot of shoulder or upper body work, or even if you've been out in the yard or anything that you've got, or on the computer a lot. Find your tight spot, pause it right there. Just let gravity take that stretch. Relax your head, your neck, your jaw. Move your breath right through that tender, tight spot. And then switch directions. Circling nice and slow, very thorough, really getting through that shoulder range of motion. There you go. One more. And the next time your left hand is right on top of your right hand, hold it right there. And then stretch that hand, that left hand, past the right hand. So you're really stretching through the back of your shoulder. From here, inhale the arms straight up to the ceiling. And open it into another twist. Jaw, head, neck, soft. Shoulders open. Don't overdo. And then inhale the arm up. Take it all the way back across. And then walk that hand in. Good. So options here, we're coming to Shavasana. Hallelujah, right? But if you want, there's a couple of things. If you have a blanket and you want to do a blanket roll under the shoulder blades, we did this on Sunday. I think it would be awesome. Your chest got a ton of work today, and so you can lay over the blanket and just come into this nice open chest. A second option for those of you who have two blocks is to take one block under your shoulder blades and a second block. So your lower block is at its lowest level. Your second block is at the medium level. And I'm not there to check your placement, but it should feel so marvelous that you lay the bottom block supports your shoulder blades, and then the top block supports your head just slightly higher, and if it's too high, lower it down. Your arms come down to your sides. And you open up here. Just a little chest opener, a little shoulder stretch. You can play with the height of your top block if you're using them. Or just nothing at all. Just a simple, lovely Shavasana. If you feel your low back at all, take the blocks out and or the blanket out. Let the chest be heavy. Find your breath. If you've chosen to lay on the blocks or the blanket, if there's a point at which you want to come off of them, just take the time to do that. Don't lay if it's served its purpose for you and you're done here. But just start to notice, right, as we almost lay our souls bare on the mat, as we let go of the pretenses. We let go of the guarding. We come into our truest selves. Can we do that? Can we let go here? Can we let the soft breath move through our bodies? Can we love and appreciate ourselves with all our imperfections, with the times we step back two and step forward one instead of the other way around? Maybe we see ourselves walking the path to greater understanding, to greater love, to greater compassion, to greater equality. We let go. We surrender. We bare our souls to the infinite possibility. Become softer still. Is there anything else you can let go of right here, even if it's for a moment? Bring your attention back. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Ever so gently draw your knees toward your chest and rock side to side. And then ever so slowly, as the knees go to one side, curl over in fetal pose and smile at your practice today and your willingness to be here. And then press yourself up to your best seat. Once you're seated, take your shoulders all the way up to your ears and then squeeze them back and let them come down. And again, inhale them up. Squeeze them back. Oh, and let them come down. Inhale, both arms up. Palms together, bring them to your heart. Bow to your own beautiful inner wisdom and voice and heart. And always and forever, namaste. Thank you, everybody. Let me unmute